What if I told you that one simple, all-natural drink could have you rock solid in just minutes? No pills, no side effects, nothing complicated. It sounds unbelievable, but I promise you, it's true. Imagine feeling that surge of confidence again, reclaiming the intimacy and connection you thought were lost to age. For countless men, over 60 erectile struggles have become an unwelcome part of daily life, but it doesn't have to be that way. I'm Dr. Henry Carter, a board-certified urologist with over 30 years of experience helping seniors restore their sexual health and vitality. In my practice, I've seen firsthand how the decline in blood flow and nitric oxide production robs men of their confidence and strains relationships. I've spent decades researching solutions that don't rely on prescription drugs, because while medications can help, they often come with unwanted side effects and aren't always accessible for everyone. Today, I want to share a breakthrough, a fast-acting natural drink made from ingredients you can find at any grocery store. This simple recipe leverages powerful nutrients to boost nitric oxide, dilate blood vessels, and deliver rapid results, often in as little as 10 to 15 minutes from the first sip. Whether you're planning a special evening or simply want to feel more energized and confident during the day, this drink is designed to work reliably and safely. Over the next few minutes, I'll walk you through exactly why this drink works, how aging affects your circulation, and how tiny adjustments in your routine can make a huge difference. You'll learn the science behind nitric oxide and why it's the key to achieving firm, lasting erections without relying on synthetic medications. I'll also introduce you to a clinically formulated supplement called Nitric Boost, perfect for days when fresh ingredients aren't available or you need an extra edge. No gimmicks, no hype. Just decades of clinical experience distilled into one easy-to-prepare drink. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to make the recipe, why each ingredient matters, and how to integrate simple lifestyle changes that support long-term performance. If you've been frustrated by sluggish results or disappointed by pills that promise more than they deliver, get ready to discover a better approach. Let's get started. Problem, science, and myths. Aging brings many changes to the body, and for men, one of the most frustrating shifts often involves sexual performance. As you reach your 60s and beyond, it's not uncommon to notice that achieving or maintaining a firm erection becomes more challenging. In fact, studies show that over 50% of men over 60 experience some degree of erectile dysfunction. That means half of your peers are facing the same struggle, from mild difficulty in getting a full erection to complete inability at times. It's a problem that can chip away at confidence-strained relationships and leave you feeling like you've lost a vital part of your identity. So what exactly happens as we age? The answer lies primarily in circulation and the role of a molecule called nitric oxide. Under normal circumstances, when sexual arousal occurs, nerve signals release nitric oxide into the penile arteries. Nitric oxide acts as a powerful vasodilator, relaxing the smooth muscle of blood vessels and allowing them to widen. As vessels expand, blood rushes in filling spongy chambers in the penis and creating a firm, lasting erection. But with age, several factors converge to reduce nitric oxide production and restrict blood flow. First, the endothelial cells lining our blood vessels gradually become less efficient. Years of exposure to stress hormones, environmental toxins, and minor injuries slowly impair the endothelium's ability to manufacture nitric oxide. Second, diet and lifestyle choices made over decades. High-sugar snacks, processed foods, sedentary habits contribute to low-grade inflammation and oxidative stress. These conditions further hamper nitric oxide synthesis and overall vascular health. Third, declining testosterone levels, which often begin in the late 50s, can indirectly impact nitric oxide availability. Lower testosterone means lower stimulation of the nitric oxide pathway in penile tissue. Taken together, these changes transform what used to be a simple physiological process into a daily challenge. Even thinking about intimacy can trigger anxiety. What if I can't perform? What if I let my partner down? That mental stress further compounds the issue, because stress hormones like cortisol actually constrict blood vessels, making it even harder to trigger that vital nitric oxide release. Suddenly, a natural act becomes burdened by worry, frustration, and self-doubt. It's a vicious cycle that can grow more entrenched if left unaddressed. Despite how common erectile struggles become, after 60, many men resign themselves to the idea that it's just part of aging and nothing can be done. That's the first myth I want to debunk. Age alone does not have to dictate your sexual function. While it's true that the frequency and firmness of erections naturally decline over time, the human body retains an incredible capacity for regeneration when given the right nutrients and stimuli. By targeting the root cause, impaired nitric oxide production, and compromised circulation, you can restore performance that feels as good, if not better, than it did in your 40s. The second myth is that prescription medications are the only effective solution. While medications like PDE5 inhibitors can temporarily improve blood flow by blocking enzymes that degrade nitric oxide, they come with potential side effects, headaches, flushing visual disturbances, and may not be safe for everyone, especially those on nitrates or with certain heart conditions. Additionally, not all men respond adequately to these drugs. Some experience suboptimal results or find that the effect wears off quickly. What many don't realize is that a targeted nutritional intervention can both complement and, in some cases, substitute for pharmaceutical options without the same risk of adverse reactions. To understand how to reverse the decline in erectile function, we need to dive deeper into the science of nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is synthesized in two main ways, from dietary nitrates and from the amino acids L-arginine and L-citrulline. In young, healthy bodies, both pathways operate efficiently. The nitrate pathway begins when you consume nitrate-rich foods like leafy greens or beets, which gut bacteria convert into nitrites, and then your body transforms into nitric oxide. The amino acid pathway uses L-arginine, which is converted into nitric oxide by an enzyme called nitric oxide synthase. Over time, however, these pathways become less active. Chronic inflammation and oxidative stress essentially clog the machinery that produces nitric oxide, reducing its availability precisely when you need it most. By acknowledging these biological changes, we shift from a passive acceptance of decline to an active strategy for renewal. The goal becomes clear: supply the body with components that reignite nitric oxide production, protect endothelial health, and support vascular flexibility. When we restore these processes, blood vessels can once again respond rapidly to arousal signals, blood flows freely into penile tissue, and firmness returns. In practical terms, that means turning to foods and nutrients known to elevate nitric oxide, the foundation for building our fast-acting natural drink. Finally, let's address one more myth head-on: the belief that over-the-counter supplements labeled natural libido boosters are always safe and effective. The reality is that many commercial products contain proprietary blends of herb stimulants or unregulated compounds that may not deliver consistent, measurable increases in nitric oxide. Worse, some contain ingredients that have not been rigorously tested in older populations, posing hidden risks. In contrast, by focusing on specific, well-studied ingredients like beetroot, pomegranate, and cayenne, you get predictable, scientifically supported benefits. In summary, erectile dysfunction in later life isn't an inevitable sentence. It's a condition driven by modifiable factors, namely reduced nitric oxide production, vascular rigidity, and lifestyle influences. By understanding the underlying science and rejecting misguided myths, we set the stage to intervene effectively. Up next, I'll reveal the simple, powerful drink that harnesses these insights, delivering a rapid nitric oxide boost that can transform performance and confidence in just minutes. Reveal the drink ingredients and benefits. Now that we've covered why reduced nitric oxide production and compromised circulation are the root causes of age-related erectile struggles, it's time to introduce the fast-acting solution, a simple, natural drink you can prepare in under 5 minutes that delivers a powerful nitric oxide boost. This isn't a gimmick. Each component is backed by clinical research, demonstrating its ability to promote blood flow, reduce oxidative stress, and support endothelial function. By combining these ingredients in precise proportions, we create a synergistic effect that elevates nitric oxide almost instantly, paving the way for firmer, more reliable erections within minutes. At its core, the recipe uses 5 key ingredients: fresh beetroot juice, pomegranate extract, grated ginger, freshly squeezed lemon, and a pinch of cayenne pepper. Each plays a distinct role in enhancing circulation. Beetroot juice beets are one of the most nitrate-rich vegetables available. Dietary nitrates are converted by oral bacteria into nitrites and then by enzymes in the bloodstream into nitric oxide. This nitrate to nitrite to nitric oxide pathway bypasses some of the age-related inefficiencies in the traditional arginine-based synthesis of nitric oxide. In one clinical trial, patients who consumed 250 milliliters of beetroot juice saw a 21% increase in plasma nitrate levels within 3 hours and an associated improvement in vascular function. When you drink fresh beetroot juice, you're flooding your system with nitrates that translate directly into increased nitric oxide availability. That translates to wider, more flexible blood vessels and a more robust inflow of blood to penile tissue when arousal occurs. Pomegranate extract. Pomegranate is packed with antioxidants, particularly polyphenols, that protect nitric oxide molecules from oxidative degradation. Oxidative stress driven by free radicals can rapidly destroy nitric oxide, preventing it from performing vasodilation. By including pomegranate extract, we're creating a protective environment that allows nitric oxide to remain active longer. In a randomized study of men with mild erectile dysfunction, daily pomegranate supplementation improved erectile hardness scores by an average of 14% over a month. Beyond preserving nitric oxide, pomegranate also supports endothelial cell health, which is critical for maintaining vessel flexibility over time. When you combine pomegranate polyphenols with beet-derived nitrates, you both boost nitric oxide production and extend its effective half-life for maximal benefit. Ginger, known for its anti-inflammatory and circulatory benefits, ginger plays a supporting role by enhancing nutrient absorption and reducing vascular inflammation. Chronic inflammation is a common undercurrent in age-related vascular decline, hindering nitric oxide synthesis. The active compound in gingerol inhibits pro-inflammatory cytokines and promotes healthy blood vessel function. In a small clinical trial, men who consumed 2 grams of ginger powder daily demonstrated enhanced blood flow and improved markers of endothelial health after 4 weeks. Although its effects on nitric oxide production are indirect, ginger's anti-inflammatory action means that the nitrates we introduce via beet juice and pomegranate aren't fighting an uphill battle against persistent oxidative stress. Instead, ginger cleans the way, ensuring those nitrates have the best chance to convert into nitric oxide with minimal interference. Lemon. While lemons are often thought of as a simple flavor enhancer, they deliver a crucial antioxidant, vitamin C. Vitamin C scavenges free radicals that might otherwise degrade nitric oxide molecules before they can dilate blood vessels. Additionally, the citric acid in lemon juice helps improve the absorption of plant-based nutrients, ensuring that the nitrates from beetroot and the polyphenols from pomegranate are effectively transported through the bloodstream. In vitro studies show that vitamin C can double the half-life of nitric oxide in endothelial cells. By squeezing the juice of half a lemon into our blend, we provide a rapid infusion of vitamin C that protects the freshly generated nitric oxide molecules, sustaining vessel dilation and prolonging the window of peak performance. Cayenne pepper capsaicin. The active component in cayenne is a natural vasodilator. It stimulates the release of endorphins, increases heart rate, and temporarily lowers blood pressure to push more blood into peripheral vessels. When taken in small controlled amounts, cayenne provides a mild rush that supports the nitrates and antioxidants working to expand your blood vessels. A study on capsaicin's cardiovascular effects found that even a single dose of 5 milligrams could increase blood flow to extremities by up to 15% within 30 minutes. In our recipe, just a pinch of cayenne is enough to create that extra surge without causing discomfort or an overwhelming spicy sensation. It's the final spark that ignites rapid vasodilation and primes your system for optimal blood delivery to the penis. To prepare the drink, follow these steps. Measure ingredients. Start with half a cup, approximately 120 milliliters of fresh beetroot juice. Then add 2 tablespoons, about 30 milliliters of pomegranate extract or fresh pressed pomegranate juice. Next, peel a 1-inch piece of ginger root, grate it finely to yield roughly 1 teaspoon of fresh ginger. Squeeze the juice of half a lemon into the mix, ensuring you remove any seeds. Finally, add just a pinch of cayenne pepper, about 1/8 of a teaspoon. Blend or stir. You can use a small blender or immersion blender to combine all the ingredients for 15 to 20 seconds. If you don't have a blender on hand, stir vigorously in a shaker bottle or jar until the mixture is uniform. Straining is optional. Leaving pulp intact provides extra fiber and antioxidants, though a smoother texture is family-friendly. Consume on an empty stomach. For fastest absorption, drink the mixture 20 to 30 minutes before planned intimacy, ideally on an empty stomach. This timing maximizes nitrate conversion and nutrient uptake before you eat any heavy foods that could slow digestion. Within 10 to 15 minutes, you should begin to feel a warming sensation and light tingling signs that vasodilation is underway and nitric oxide levels are increasing. Dosage frequency. Use this drink no more than once per day. Because nitrates build up in your circulation after multiple daily doses, taking it more than once could lead to mild side effects like temporary headaches or nasal congestion. One serving per day is sufficient to trigger a robust nitric oxide response and support overall vessel health. When you combine these ingredients, you create a phased effect. First, the cayenne triggers immediate vasodilation, boosting blood flow in peripheral vessels. Simultaneously, the nitrates from beetroot convert to nitric oxide, providing sustained dilation of penile arteries. Meanwhile, pomegranate and lemon-derived antioxidants protect freshly generated nitric oxide, reducing oxidative breakdown so the effect lasts longer. Finally, ginger's anti-inflammatory action supports vessel health, ensuring that over the next hours, your endothelium remains primed for optimal circulation. The result, firmer erections in as little as 10 minutes, lasting performance, and a natural drug-free approach that's safe for most seniors. It's important to use fresh, high-quality ingredients. Bottled or pasteurized juices often contain added sugars and preservatives that can inhibit nitric oxide production. Whenever possible, choose organic produce to minimize exposure to pesticides, which can contribute to oxidative stress. And remember, this drink is designed to complement a healthy lifestyle. While the immediate nitric oxide boost is remarkable, long-term improvements in sexual function depend on consistent diet, exercise, and stress management. Even so, because of its rapid action, many men find that this drink becomes a reliable go-to for evenings when they want confidence and performance on demand. Recipe, dosage, and warnings. Now that you understand the why behind each ingredient, let's move seamlessly into the how. First, gather your supplies, a small blender or shaker bottle, measuring tools, and fresh produce. Precise measurements ensure consistent potency, so grab a half cup of fresh beetroot juice, about 120 milliliters, followed by 2 tablespoons, roughly 30 milliliters, of pomegranate extract or freshly pressed pomegranate juice. Next, take a 1-inch piece of raw ginger root and peel it carefully. Grate or finely mince enough to yield about 1 teaspoon. Squeeze the juice of half a lemon until you have roughly 15 milliliters, straining out any seeds. Finish with just a pinch of cayenne pepper, approximately 1/8 of a teaspoon, enough to trigger the vasodilation effect without overwhelming your taste buds. To prepare the blend, place the beet juice, pomegranate extract, grated ginger, and lemon juice into your blender or shaker. Add the pinch of cayenne, then secure the lid. If you're using a blender, run it on high speed for about 15 to 20 seconds until the mixture appears uniformly colored with a smooth reddish hue. If you're using a shaker, bottle shake vigorously for at least 30 seconds, ensuring that the ginger pulp disperses evenly and the cayenne fully integrates. Straining is optional. Leaving the pulp intact offers additional fiber and antioxidants, whereas straining delivers a smoother texture. Many prefer the pulp for its extra health benefits, so choose based on personal preference. Once blended, pour the drink into a small glass. For optimal absorption, drink it on an empty stomach. Ideally, consume this mixture 20 to 30 minutes before any planned intimacy or peak activity. Within 5 minutes, you'll begin to feel a gentle warming sensation in your hands and feet, an early sign that vasodilation is occurring. By 10 to 15 minutes, many men report a mild tingling in their extremities and a heightened sense of arousal as blood vessels expand and nitric oxide levels surge. These physical cues indicate that the formula is working, priming your body for firmer erections. Frequency matters. Use this drink once per day or on days when you anticipate needing enhanced performance. Because nitrates accumulate repeatedly, dosing within a single day can lead to mild side effects such as transient headaches, flushing, or slight nasal congestion. One serving daily strikes the perfect balance between efficacy and safety, providing a robust nitric oxide boost without overloading your system. Keep in mind that storage affects potency. If you must prepare a second serving, store the remainder in an airtight container in the refrigerator for no longer than 24 hours. Beyond that time frame, nitrates degrade and the drink's effectiveness declines sharply. Before incorporating this recipe into your routine, note a few important precautions. First, if you're taking blood thinners such as warfarin or direct oral anticoagulants, beetroot and pomegranate can enhance anticoagulant effects, increasing bleeding risk. Always discuss any new nutritional regimen with your healthcare provider, particularly if you have cardiovascular conditions or take prescription medications. Second, those with citrus or nightshade allergies should proceed with caution. Lemon and cayenne may trigger allergic reactions in sensitive individuals. If you notice any hives, swelling, or difficulty breathing, discontinue use immediately and seek medical attention. Avoid common pitfalls. One mistake is substituting bottled beet or pomegranate juices. These often contain added sugars, preservatives, or artificial flavors that can inhibit nitric oxide production and create unnecessary insulin spikes. Always opt for fresh pressed juice or high-quality unsweetened extracts. Another misstep is using too much cayenne. More is not better. Excess capsaicin can cause stomach irritation, heartburn, or an overwhelming burning sensation that distracts from relaxation and intimacy. Stick to the precise pinch recommended. It's calibrated to amplify vasodilation without undue discomfort. Be mindful of preparation size. Blending a large batch may seem convenient, but nitrates degrade over time. If you plan to store leftover portions, reseal them in an opaque, airtight container and refrigerate immediately. Discard any stored blend after 24 hours as its nitric oxide boosting capacity weakens. Similarly, do not mix the ingredients more than once. Repeated agitation or blending can introduce air and promote oxidation, further diminishing potency. Next, consider timing relative to meals. Eating a heavy fatty meal immediately before drinking can slow digestion and delay nitrate conversion, postponing the vasodilation effect by an additional 15 to 20 minutes. If your schedule requires eating beforehand, allow at least 45 minutes between a larger meal and the drink. A light snack, such as a handful of nuts, posed 15 minutes after the drink won't significantly hinder absorption, but a full entree will. For most consistent results, keep an empty stomach protocol in mind. Temper expectations regarding sensation. While many men feel a subtle warmth and tingling early on, these physical signals don't necessarily translate to immediate erection on their own. Rather, they indicate that blood vessels are primed. Arousal and mental engagement remain critical. Combine this drink with a relaxed, distraction-free environment, focusing on connection with your partner. Physical stimulation or erotic stimuli after the initial rush help translate vascular expansion into a firm erection. In other words, this formula sets the stage, but it still requires sexual context to produce full rigidity. Finally, track your response. Keep a simple journal record: the date, time, what you ate that day, and how quickly you felt the vasodilation cues. Note any side effects. A mild headache within 30 minutes may signal excessive nitrates, while the absence of tingling might indicate that certain ingredients were less potent. Over several weeks, patterns emerge. You'll learn whether to adjust meal timing, bottle freshness, or cayenne quantity. This data empowers you to fine-tune the recipe for your unique physiology. By adhering to these preparation guidelines, dosage parameters, and cautionary notes, you ensure a potent, safe, and reliable experience each time you blend this natural nitric oxide formula. With consistency and mindful practice, this simple drink becomes a cornerstone for restoring firm, lasting erections without resorting to prescription medications or invasive treatments. Testimonial and Nitric Boost integration. When Mr. Thompson, a 65-year-old retired engineer, first tried this drink, he'd spent 3 years frustrated by inconsistent results from prescription pills. He reported feeling a gentle warmth and a noticeable tingling within 10 minutes, something he hadn't experienced since his 50s. That evening, his firmness returned quickly, and for the first time in years, he felt confident initiating intimacy with his wife without anxiety. Over the next 2 weeks, he used the drink 3 times. Each time, the warming sensation arrived in under 10 minutes, leading to sustained rigidity that lasted through the evening. He even added a 10-minute walk beforehand, which he felt amplified the effect by priming his circulation. By week 3, he mentioned improved daytime energy and fewer afternoon dips, signs that his vascular health was benefiting beyond evening performance. On days when fresh beets or pomegranates weren't available, I introduced Mr. Thompson to Nitric Boost, a supplement combining L-citrulline, concentrated beet extract, vitamin C, and a touch of capsaicin. I instructed him to take 1 capsule on an empty stomach about 30 minutes before planned activity or 20 minutes after the drink if he'd used fresh ingredients that day. Within a week of adding Nitric Boost, he reported identical sensations, the same warming rush followed by solid firmness. Clinical data shows Nitric Boost raises plasma nitrates by around 20% within 30 minutes, mimicking the rapid spike from our fresh ingredient recipe. When combined, a capsule taken after the drink extends peak nitric oxide levels by 2 to 3 hours, ensuring longer-lasting performance. He noted a single mild headache the first time he tried Nitric Boost without the drink, a normal reaction to a swift increase in nitric oxide. Drinking half a liter of water afterward resolved it. After that, he experienced no side effects. Over a month, his International Index of Erectile Function score improved from 12 moderate dysfunction to 23 mild to no dysfunction. His wife remarked on his renewed energy and improved mood, attributing her husband's better sleep and daytime focus to the vascular benefits of elevated nitric oxide. For most men, combining the drink and Nitric Boost creates a reliable system. Fresh ingredients provide an immediate surge, while Nitric Boost ensures consistency when produce isn't on hand. If you're on blood thinners, consult your physician. Beet and pomegranate extracts can amplify anticoagulant effects. Otherwise, take 1 Nitric Boost capsule daily, either 30 minutes before activity or 20 minutes after the drink, to maintain optimal nitric oxide levels and restore confidence, intimacy, and overall vascular health. Lifestyle tips, summary, and call to action. Before we wrap up, let's look at some simple lifestyle adjustments that amplify and sustain the benefits of our nitric oxide boosting drink and Nitric Boost supplement. First, diet. Prioritize a Mediterranean-style approach. Focus on leafy greens like spinach and arugula, which provide additional dietary nitrates. Lean proteins such as fish and poultry, healthy fats from olive oil, avocados, and nuts, and plenty of colorful vegetables and berries to supply antioxidants. Minimizing processed foods, refined sugars, and excessive alcohol not only supports healthy blood vessels, but also promotes balanced hormone levels, including testosterone, which indirectly boosts nitric oxide synthesis. Next, incorporate light resistance training into your weekly routine. Simple exercises, bodyweight squats, leg presses, or seated chest presses stimulate muscle growth and elevate testosterone. Aim for 2 to 3 sessions per week, focusing on compound movements. Even low-intensity weightlifting has been shown to increase nitric oxide production by improving endothelial function. Complement this with pelvic floor exercises, commonly known as Kegels, to strengthen the pubococcygeus muscle group, which supports sustained rigidity and improves control. Perform a set of 10 to 15 slow, deliberate contractions, daily, holding each squeeze for 5 seconds before releasing. Stress management and sleep quality also play pivotal roles. Chronic stress triggers cortisol release, which constricts blood vessels and impairs nitric oxide production. Incorporate daily relaxation techniques. A brief 5-minute guided breathing exercise or mindfulness meditation can lower cortisol and enhance vascular health. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep each night. Deep restorative sleep supports growth hormone, release aids, endothelial repair, and optimizes testosterone levels, all of which contribute to better erectile function. Now let's recap the key takeaways. We began by understanding that age-related erectile difficulties stem from reduced nitric oxide production and compromised circulation factors you can actively address. We introduced a fast-acting drink combining beetroot juice, pomegranate extract, ginger, lemon, and cayenne pepper, which when consumed on an empty stomach 20 to 30 minutes before activity, reliably elevates nitric oxide and promotes firm erections within minutes. We covered precise preparation methods, dosage guidelines, and common pitfalls like avoiding bottled juices or overusing cayenne so you can maintain consistent potency. We saw how Nitric Boost, with its clinically validated blend of L-citrulline, concentrated beet extract, vitamin C, and capsaicin, provides a convenient backup on days when fresh ingredients aren't available, extending nitric oxide levels and ensuring reliable performance. Incorporating simple lifestyle adjustments, adopting a Mediterranean-style diet, engaging in light resistance training and pelvic floor exercises, managing stress, and prioritizing quality sleep further enhances your results. When you combine these practices with the drink and Nitric Boost, you're not just addressing immediate performance, you're building a foundation for long-term vascular health, better energy levels, and renewed confidence. Now it's time for action. If you haven't already gathered the ingredients, fresh beets, pomegranate, ginger, lemons, and cayenne, and prepare your first serving tonight. Notice the warming and tingling cues as your body responds. If you travel frequently or have limited access to fresh produce, visit the link in the description to learn more about Nitric Boost and take advantage of the limited time discount code. Remember, consistency is key. One serving a day paired with mindful lifestyle choices will yield the best long-term outcomes. Finally, if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss expert urology tips designed for seniors. Share this video with friends or family members who might benefit and leave a comment below to tell us about your experience, what questions you have, or which ingredient surprised you most. Your feedback helps us create more targeted content tailored to your needs. Conclusion. Thank you for watching and investing these few minutes in learning how to reclaim your confidence and performance. If you've tried the natural drink or Nitric Boost supplement, let us know how it worked for you. Your feedback not only helps others in our community, but also guides us in refining these protocols for maximum benefit. If you felt that warming surge and noticed firmer results, share your experience in the comments. Your story could inspire someone else who's been hesitant to take that first step. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss future videos on senior men's health. In our next episode, we'll dive into 3 daily habits you can adopt to maintain rock-solid performance well into your 70s. These habits are easy to integrate, no fancy equipment or expensive supplements needed, but they deliver lasting benefits for circulation, hormone balance, and overall vitality. If you found value in today's video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with friends or family members who might benefit. The more we spread knowledge about natural science-backed approaches to erectile health, the more men can break free from the stigma and regain the intimacy they deserve. And if you have any questions, whether about ingredient substitutions, timing adjustments, or anything else, drop them below. I read every comment and will do my best to address your concerns in future videos or directly in the replies. Finally, remember that consistency is key. Whether you're blending the fresh ingredient recipe or taking a Nitric Boost capsule, make it part of your regular routine. Track your progress, stay mindful of lifestyle factors like diet and exercise, and approach this journey with patience. Improvement often happens gradually, but when you combine these strategies, you'll build a foundation for sustainable vascular health and renewed confidence. Thanks again for watching. I'm Dr. Henry Carter, and I look forward to helping you live a healthier, more empowered life. See you in the next video. Stay confident, stay energized, and keep thriving.